It was supposed to be a moment in the past, something buried and forgotten, overshadowed by the glowing success of Blake Lively's career. But in the age of social media, nothing stays buried for long, especially not when it comes to celebrities who live their lives under a microscope. A video clip, innocently shot years ago, had resurfaced. What seemed like a harmless moment of laughter, a light-hearted exchange, now carried a different weight. It wasn't a scandalous affair or an embarrassing wardrobe malfunction. No, this was far subtler, yet more dangerous. The resurfaced clip didn't show Lively in an unflattering light, but it did show something far worse, an unsettling lapse in judgment, an out-of-touch remark, and a glimpse of privilege that most had never noticed. Now, the internet was buzzing. Critics and fans alike were dissecting every second of the clip, some defending her, others condemning her, and the rest left wondering how much a single misstep could change the public's perception of a beloved star. Could a single moment undo years of goodwill? In the social media era, that answer was more complicated than ever. The clip, originally shot at a press junket for one of her earlier films, had never gained much attention when it first aired. Lively, known for her charm and poised personality, appeared to be in the middle of a casual interview with a reporter. She was laughing, chatting about her life, and sharing stories from her set. But one particular moment, just a few seconds long, would become the flashpoint for controversy. In the video, Lively is seen making a comment about the challenges of fame and the burden of having a public life. It wasn't what she said that immediately drew the ire of viewers, it was the way she said it. She brushed it off with a carefree smile, like it was just another day at the office. "Honestly, it's not all it's cracked up to be," she said, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "You know, the constant paparazzi, the fans, the endless attention, poor me, right? It's such a tough life, really." Her eyes twinkled, but there was something in the way she dismissed the struggle that didn't sit right. To the casual viewer, it might have seemed like harmless banter, a celebrity poking fun at their own world. But in the context of today's hypersensitive climate, where the public's appetite for empathy and social awareness is at an all-time high, it struck a chord with a different audience. As the video spread across Twitter and TikTok, critics pointed out the stark contrast between her words and the reality of most people's lives. For those who had never known anything but financial struggle, personal loss, or systemic hardship, Lively's burden of fame seemed callous at best and tone-deaf at worst. The juxtaposition of her privileged position, being a Hollywood A-lister, a millionaire, and married to one of the most famous actors in the world, against the everyday struggles of her audience was too jarring to ignore. "I've never liked Blake Lively," one Twitter user wrote. "She has always seemed fake, but this? It's just too much." "I love Blake, but this clip made me cringe," another user commented. "How out of touch can you be? There's a lot of real-world problems right now, and this isn't it." A handful of journalists jumped on the story, using the clip as the centerpiece of an article that asked whether Lively's privileged outlook on fame made her unrelatable to the public. The clip was dissected by political commentators, social justice advocates, and even pop culture influencers. It became a battleground of perceptions. Was this just a moment of poor judgment, or was this a deeper reflection of her character? Even celebrities who had previously praised Lively began to distance themselves from her, not publicly, but quietly. The whispers spread. Fans who once admired her candidness now found themselves questioning whether she was truly as humble and relatable as she had always seemed. The uproar grew louder. The hashtag Blake Lively privilege began trending, with users reposting the clip and adding their own thoughts. The debate over the clip wasn't just about Blake Lively anymore. It was about the larger issue of celebrity culture and the disconnect between the glamorous world of Hollywood and the everyday struggles of average citizens. In an interview with a major news outlet, Lively was asked directly about the clip. Her smile was gone, replaced by a more serious, even apologetic tone. "Look, I never meant to sound ungrateful for the life I have," she began, her voice measured. "But I understand how my words could come across as tone-deaf. I want to be clear, I'm incredibly lucky, and I'm aware of that. I've always tried to use my platform for good, and I will continue to do so." Lively's response was an attempt at damage control, but it felt less like an apology and more like a carefully worded PR move. While some fans appreciated her clarification, others saw right through it, sensing the insincerity. "Why do they always wait until they get caught?" one commenter wrote. "She doesn't get it. You can't just apologize for being out of touch. It's not about saying sorry, It's about showing you understand the problem. The backlash didn't let up, but as with any viral scandal, the flames of controversy started to die down. The video clip, now etched in the minds of those who had seen it, would never completely fade. But it would eventually become just another scandal in the endless stream of celebrity missteps. Still, the damage to Lively's public image lingered, like a scar that would never quite heal. The internet's short memory meant that, eventually, the clip would be replaced by another, and Blake would be able to move on. But the fallout raised a question that wasn't as easily dismissed. Could a star's career truly recover from a single lapse in judgment, or was the weight of privilege too heavy to bear? In the weeks that followed, Lively seemed to attempt a recovery, sharing more thoughtful, philanthropic posts on her social media and participating in charity work that highlighted causes she was passionate about. She spoke more frequently about the need for systemic change and social responsibility, seemingly aware of the need to recalibrate her public image. And yet, in an ironic twist, the very clip that had sparked controversy had inadvertently revealed something about the way we engage with fame. It wasn't the first time a celebrity had been exposed for their privilege, nor would it be the last. In the end, it wasn't just Lively who was on trial, it was the very culture that allowed her to ascend to such heights in the first place. Blake Lively, for all her charm, beauty, and talent, had made a mistake. But the question remained, would her genuine attempt to right the wrong be enough to silence the growing chorus of critics who saw the clip as a symbol of everything wrong with celebrity culture? Only time would tell. But for now, Lively's story was yet another cautionary tale in an era where public figures are under constant scrutiny, one that reminded us all just how fragile a carefully crafted image can be.